Is Mooncrown the new king of Scarlet and Violet era? Let's look at the numbers. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. What is happening to the prices of Temporal Forces singles? Should you be investing before it's too late? Take a look at this. So I was scrolling on Instagram today and I saw this post by TCG Player. It's the weekend price shifts for some of the singles in this set. Now, I am so used to seeing singles prices just absolutely tank after release. I thought they'd made a mistake legitimately with their posts, but apparently not. We've got Gouging Fire up 19%. We got Ghastly up 97%. Walking Wake 63%. Increase, Raging Bolt 71%, and the big daddy here is the Iron Crown. It's up to $100 plus 83%. It is now the king of Scarlet and Violet era. It is the Mooncrown. Now, if you're wondering why I'm calling it the Mooncrown, I mean, yeah, it's basically the new Moonbryon, right, guys? I mean, that's what I'm reading. It has the moon on it. It's going to the moon price-wise, so you need to buy it now before it's too late. So let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. We're only a few days into release, but this is quite surprising, and I'm really curious to know why this is happening. So I asked my Instagram followers, I actually said, guys, what do you think? Why is all of this happening? And some of their responses were it's the pull rates, some say it's the playability, some say it's market manipulation and FOMO. So let's look at these and see what the truth really is. Are the pull rates really that bad? So here's what TCG players say after opening 8,000 packs. I'm going to assume they actually did open 8,000 packs and they're not just lying to us and manipulating us. So the SIR cards are the ones you really want to look at. 1 in 855 chance of pulling the one you want. So that Mooncrown, for example. Just for reference, Obsidian Flames was 216, so 1 in 216 chance. 151 was 1 in 225. So basically somewhere between 3.5 and 4 times harder to pull an SIR card in Temporal Forces. Even Paradox Rift, and Paradox Rift, we know what happened with the singles prices there, even Roaring Moon, which is very playable. It's about 20% harder to pull the SIR card in Temporal Forces than Paradox Rift. The hyper rares are harder to pull as well. The illustration rares are actually easier, which I find quite curious. Of course, it's nothing compared to Evolving Skies, right? And shout out to my boy Larry. I'm not going to forget you from Paradox Rift. Evolving Skies was really difficult. But look, late era Sword and Shield, it's kind of par for the course. Like we're kind of used to it, right? So yeah, the pull rates are worse than some of the other Scarlet and Violet era stuff, but you know, a year and a half ago, this would have pretty much been normal, right? And I'm all for it, right? Like, I mean, we like to open packs as Pokemon collectors and get nothing. That's kind of what we like to do. So yeah, the pull rates are tougher. The second thing is the playability. As an investor in Pokemon cards, you probably should have some idea of what's playable in the meta. And if you flip them for a living, especially, this is a player's set for sure. We've got rotation coming, I think it's April 5th. Regionals, I think some stuff shortly before, some shortly after. You have some powerful new cards in here, right? You've got the Mooncrown card, especially very playable. It's going to be the big daddy meta destroyer. That's what people are saying. A-spec cards are sought after and rare as well. And when you have cards that are new, rare and playable, that is a recipe for values to go up. But of course, the most popular opinion that you are going to read in forums and threads is that it's a conspiracy theory. eBay owned TCG Player, right? And Team Rocket own eBay and TCG Player, and the margins are just so tight for these companies. They're really down in the dumps, not making any money right now, that they have to manipulate the Pokemon card singles market, right? Cobra from G.I. Joe, Skeletor, Voldemort, they are all in on it as well. So I know it sounds kind of crazy here, and I'm kind of making a bit of a joke here, but often the most ridiculous outcome is the truest one. This is actually happening, I believe. Yeah, I do. I've got it on good authority from someone I know that I trust that, yeah, they know the guy that did some of the buyouts. And what happens is when these buyouts happen and people see the price rising, then others start to FOMO and it just becomes a big snowball. I mean, look, if you're thinking, Rob, you know a guy, sure, we believe that all day long. Well, I mean, look at the price for this card in English in Europe. It's going for somewhere around 50 euros, which is $60 US-ish. I'll put the conversion up. Something fishy is happening here. Did Europe get a bunch of boxes where the pull rates are better? I don't know. I don't know, you tell me. And remember, not all of these cards are going up. It's interesting that TCG Player put this graphic up because Iron Boulder is down. I know no one gives a shit about that, but Iron Boulder is down. Iron Leaves, which was the highest price card in pre-release, is down. That's not even on their graphic. Bianca is down, 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 the big waifu chase. You know, TCG Player are really being strategic about what the headline is here. Booster boxes, on the other hand, sealed product is doing exactly what sealed product is supposed to do. I did see all the usual, you know, short print run garbage out there on this thing. They're only printing 100 booster boxes of Temporal Forces, so you guys better watch out and buy it right now. Look, lots of stores have received less than their allotments, and I'm not a big player in the scene, guys, but I do talk to guys who have fairly large stores and have connections. They're saying this has been happening for a while. They ask for more, they get less, right? I find it nutty, these stories that say a booster box that is on sale right now in stock at Best Buy is somehow short printed. So what happens next? What happens next on this roller coaster ride of Temporal Forces singles? Should you actually be investing in these before they go up to the moon? Look, Raging Bolt's already starting to come down. I would guess Walking Weight does the same. I am curious to see what happens here. I really am. I do not believe these prices are going to sustain, but I've been wrong before and I will be wrong again on a great many things. Just ask my wife. I would recommend waiting at least 6 months before you invest in these singles to a year. I don't advise you to FOMO. My advice is grab a bag of popcorn and a soda, sit back, maybe some apple juice actually, and just enjoy the show. Okay, wow. Out of the gate, Scarlet and Violet era's Temporal Forces is surprising us. What do you guys think? Is it market manipulation? Is it G.I. Joe and Skeletor? You let me know in the comments. Until next time, take it easy, guys.